Hi, my name is Taylor Michele, and I'm here to help you get the most out of your study abroad experience. I have compiled a list of really helpful tips and advice of mistakes that I've made or some friends have made while studying abroad. Studying abroad is an incredible time to learn so much about another culture and meet all these different people. You should really make the most out of every minute. However, I do have a list here of some things to keep in mind. It's important that you take this time to develop yourself and continue to grow as an individual. Studying abroad is a profound experience. You don't want to waste your time trying to forge friendships with people that you don't really connect with. You don't have to necessarily find your tribe abroad. You should still put yourself out there and be open to making new friends, but find a balance and to not be so set on I'm going to find my best friends for life abroad, because that might not be for everyone. I think what happened to me is I was comparing between me and my friend who studied abroad before me. I was comparing myself with his experience because he made one super close friend and they've stayed friends for years. But that just wasn't my case. I made friends abroad, but I didn't find my magical unicorn friend. Does that even make sense? Remember your priorities and remember why you are here. You also have grades to study for. You have a country to see. I actually did some solo traveling in Spain. It was a wonderful experience. I ended up making friends along the way there. Study abroad is an emotional experience. You're gonna find yourself crying alone in your room on a weirdly shaped pillow, feeling frustrated, missing burritos, and there's just really random small details that people don't always include. Document everything, keep a journal, take tons of video, horizontal video, not vertical video. I would probably bring a bigger camera other than your phone. Have at least two memory cards. Wow, I can't even talk today. Spend some time on social media, but not too much, because if you spend too much time on social media, you might feel forgotten about and you might feel like the world just kind of left you in the dust or went on without you, even though you were the one that decided to study abroad and go somewhere far away. If you are in social media too much, you won't really get the full experience. Know when to put your phone away, put your laptop away, put your iPad away, even put your camera away. And to just be present and be in the moment. You will be so happy and so glad that you did. When you don't have Wi-Fi, especially for millennials abroad, be totally present when you put the phones away and you're making eye contact with the person in front of you at that small tapas bar down the street. That is when real experiences and real memories happen. Understand that everybody copes with culture shock differently. Everybody also copes with change and hardship differently. There's probably going to be someone in your study abroad that foolishly left their wallet somewhere. Someone left their phone on the table and it got stolen and they were just being silly, or they left it on somewhere public. Now they're freaking out because they lost their only iPhone in Europe and now they have no way of contacting anyone or their family. You know, if bad things happen, bad things are going to happen to people that you know. And just because you're studying abroad doesn't mean that hardship doesn't occur. Not everyone is going to complete the study abroad program. There was about two people that had to go home early, and it might derail you a little bit. Everyone's going through something, and there might be a loss in the family. There might be a reason why they need to go back home. Just be understanding. The study abroad is such an emotional roller coaster, and I feel like people don't talk about that enough. They don't talk about how changes are happening inside of you on a profound level. You cannot run from your problems. Your demons that you have in the States or wherever your home country is, they're gonna follow you when you study abroad. So if you have any unfinished business or loose strings, be prepared to have to confront all of that. When you're studying abroad, all the cards are on the table, and this is when the most growth happens though. So just embrace that feeling of just discomfort and understand that when you are a little bit out of your comfort zone, or actually kind of a lot out of your comfort zone, that is when the most growth happens. All of these skills are applicable for later in life. You've made the right decision to study abroad. If you are feeling sad and you're crying in your flat somewhere in another country, just know you are not alone. You will get through this. You'll do fine on your exam. I know the grading system might be different. If you don't do well, talk to your professor, pull them aside after class. It's really important that you have a great relationship with your professors. They may not speak your native language, but know that they are here to help you. Also, utilize the resources you have. My academic counselor, Maria Jose and Christian, they were absolutely amazing. They were always answering my questions. And I remember I had to go to the hospital and Christian came with me and so did Maria Jose. Like, it's crazy. It is such a support system. Know that you have a community outside. Just be open-minded to the people that you may meet of all different age groups. Okay, this one is really hard for me. Don't blow all of your money on food. I'm a total foodie and this is so hard because paella is life. If you don't know what paella is, look it up. Make sure that you are watching your bank account, that you are safe with your money, that you're responsible with your money. Don't party too hard. I think that some people study abroad, people study abroad for different reasons, but there was a few people who were just kind of not really taking it seriously. You get what you put into it. And if you're, for example, wanting to learn a foreign language, you need to study and you need to work really hard. It does not come overnight. It doesn't even come in a few months. Like, you got to keep at it. And after you leave, you have to keep at it. Another tip that I have, do not spend all of your time with fellow Americans or people from your home country, because you will continue to speak English and you won't learn the language. I'm telling you, you got to get out of your comfort zone and speak to random people. With my program, they had us do like this kind of almost a speed date thing where we would practice with Spaniards wanting to learn English, and then I would practice my Spanish. Get to know other people who are at the institution that you chose. I met some really cool German people, this cool chick from the UK. Branch out as much as you can. Speak to people from all over because you never know what you could learn. This is absolutely crucial. Let me just start over. If you're studying abroad in a country that speaks a foreign language and you are not advanced in that language, I'm going to use the example time and time again for Spain. So say I was going to Spain, I need to make sure that I know how to say things like, where's the bathroom? I'm having an allergic reaction. Do you have a vegetarian option? Where is the hospital? Where is the pharmacy? I would like to order this, please. Thank you. I would like the bill, please. How much does this cost? And things like that. You need to know basic phrases and basic vocabulary. So it is important that you do your homework before you go. You need to make some flashcards, sit down in your room, and start studying, because I can't even tell you the hardships that the people who were at the beginner level experienced because they didn't bother to take the time to memorize words on their own. Like, when you're learning a language, language is hard, but it's important that you spend the time to at least memorize the words. If you don't know how to put a sentence together, you can say a few words of just nouns and people might understand how to help you. So if you're like, bathroom, and people are like, oh, and they'll point, and so you'll be able to go use the restroom. Upon arrival, locate the local hospitals and talk to your advisors about the hospitals that they recommend. Also, do your research on the neighborhoods. If you are living not with a homestay and you have the opportunity to pick what neighborhood you live in, you could have a 45-minute walk or you could have a 2-second walk. So make sure to be very thorough in your research. If you're going to a country where you need to have certain vaccinations, this could make you ineligible to go if you do not get your vaccines in a timely fashion. Don't be a fool when it comes to pickpocketing. Keep your wits about you and just be smart. They try and say, oh, Europe pickpocketing on the train and whatnot, and yeah, but no one stole from me when I was in Spain. Not one person, okay? And that was because you got your eyes and you're looking around. So don't just be la-di-da-di-da. You need to be smart, okay? Be smart. You're in a foreign place, a foreign country with a bunch of strangers around, all right? This isn't your home campus where it's just a bunch of college students lounging about on the front lawn. It's really important that you are smart and responsible and don't wear super flashy designer clothes that says Gucci and Chanel. I highly recommend wearing kind of nondescript clothing. This would work. Wear clothing that is machine washable. You never never know. Honestly, with Spain, there weren't that many dry cleaners. It's all like one. I had to hang all of my clothes out on the clothing line outside. They had a washing machine, but they didn't have a dryer. And then you had to hang dry it. For super delicates, you have to use the washboard. Just bring clothes that you don't care if you have to hang them outside. Depends on the country though. Learn the currency differences. Understand that courtesy is different in every country. What might be rude to someone in your country might be okay in another country, and vice versa. Make sure that you're respectful of your host country. Do your research ahead of time and understand certain little details of things like, is it okay to tip in this country? Do you need to take your shoes off upon entering someone's home? These are things that you really cannot forget about because you don't want to start off on the wrong foot. Make sure you have multiple copies of your immigration documents. Keep them on your computer, keep them on your hard drive, keep them on your phone. You never know when you could lose everything and you need to go to a US embassy. So make sure that you have multiple copies of that. And that concludes the tips that I have for you today. If you like this video, please give it a like. And if you want to see more content like this, please subscribe to my channel. I plan to continue to do a travel series providing helpful tips for study abroad students or people who are interested in going abroad. Thank you so much for your time and peace out.